Hey, good morning, everyone. Let's do a video blog for you as we have a busy 24 to 30 hours ahead of us before winter returns. For the latter half of the week, it's going to be kind of a bumpy ride, this transition from pretty warm air to colder, more typical late winter air at the end of the week. Now, this morning, the radar is a little bit deceiving, and I'll show you why in just a second. But it's been fairly sunny for the last couple of hours, but it is going to cloud back up, and where'd my radar go? There it goes. And these showers are going to try to work in, but there's a lot of dry air overhead this morning. So a lot of this is not going to reach the ground in any sort of fashion other than sprinkles, really. The more legitimate rain is off to our south and going to stay off to our south. It's closer to the Ohio River. Cincinnati over to Marietta, Chillicothe, places like that are getting legitimate rain and even a few rumbles of thunder this morning. For us, I think there can be a sprinkle, quick shower over the next few hours. That should about do it for much of the day today. Our concern becomes overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, the chance for some strong, gusty thunderstorms. Here's a look at the day 2 outlook from the Storm Prediction Center, showing an enhanced risk in the orange from southeast Ohio down through parts of the Appalachians, down into the Tennessee Valley. And then we're in what we call the slight risk in the yellow here across just about all of eastern Ohio and western PA. This is from 7 a.m. tomorrow onwards. But even before 7 a.m. tomorrow, there can be some heavy thunderstorms around. Let's take a look at one of our high-res models here, the future radar. This is late tonight, so right around 5 a.m. A couple of things going on here. There looks to be a mean squall line getting going off to our west at 5 a.m., but this little cluster of showers could have some thunder with it during the pre-dawn hours tomorrow morning, 4, 5, 6 in the morning. That will roll east. We'll probably get into a break around sunrise. Kids will get off to school, no problems. Most of rush hour should be fine. But as we go towards mid-morning, the big question is what will become of this squall line as it comes east. This is 9 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock. So here we are in northeast Ohio, western PA at 10 o'clock in the morning, kind of an unusual time for a squall line of thunderstorms to come through. But the timing on this is pretty consistent amongst the modeling. So we're going to have to watch for this right around mid-morning. Now, what this will be is mostly a squall line, but there can be what we call discrete cells within this squall line that are more impressive than the rest of the line. And while straight line damaging winds will be the number one concern, sometimes in these situations you can get little tornadoes that spin up in these squall lines. So that's something I can't rule out tomorrow morning. Let me pop up the wind at 5,000 feet and the wind down here at the surface, and we'll actually take off the future radar, and then let me take this back to mid-morning tomorrow. Show you what I mean here. A couple of arrows are going to show up here. One is the wind upstairs at 5,000 feet, hopefully, and the other is the wind down here at the surface. So up at 5,000 feet, our wind tomorrow morning out of the southwest, and strong. Be a low-level jet tomorrow morning overhead at 5,000 feet, blowing at 70 to 90 miles per hour. That's that kind of peach line. And then if you look real carefully, there's a green line underneath that. It's this green line right here. Our wind at the surface is much more southerly, so you've got some turning of the wind as you go up through the atmosphere tomorrow morning. So that is a concern. Again, I don't think this is a real great chance of a spin-up tornado, but there is a chance anyway with this kind of a setup. And the other thing that we have to watch out for tomorrow morning, other than the wind and the lightning and the briefly heavy rain, is the instability tomorrow morning. Will these storms be able to grow to a point that they can cause a lot of problems? Here's a look at one of our indices tomorrow morning, our convective available potential energy. How much juice in the atmosphere is there to squeeze out storms? It's not real impressive tomorrow morning. This is what we call a low cape, high shear environment. In other words, the instability is not through the roof, but the wind shear, the changing in wind direction and speed with height, is very impressive. Here's a look at that shear tomorrow morning, kind of at the top of our color table here in the purple. So bottom line for you tomorrow morning, right around mid-morning, that's our biggest concern for some strong winds, some lightning and thunder, and I don't want to discount the possibility of a couple of spin-up tornadoes. They tend to be brief in these situations. They tend to be weak, but they can cause problems. So we're going to have you, of course, covered from A to Z as we get through the next 24 hours or so. Jess is in the studio this morning. I'll be in this afternoon, and we'll have more updates as the fresh morning modeling comes in. In the meantime, enjoy not a bad day today. We'll get into the middle and perhaps even upper 50s today on this final day of February. It'll be the warmest February on record and one of the warmest winter seasons on record here in Youngstown.